In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to make business decisions. It is nice and quiet in the workshop today. We have finished the cutting of the titanium tweezers. I believe there was 2,400 in total for the Kickstarter project. There's some extra for website pre-orders and so I have some in stock after that. But that's finished, so the titanium tweezer blanks are now mostly with my CNC machinist, so that's the next stage for those. We are currently assembling titanium mechanical pencils right now. I'm just about to go home and do that. I spent this morning in the cafe, updating the Kickstarter project for the tweezers, updating the Kickstarter project for the titanium mechanical pencil. Started writing a blog post for the website, did an Instagram post, keep the sort of social thing going, keep the customer relationships going. Replied to comments on my YouTube videos, and what else? Sorted out a whole lot of stuff on the phone, things like insurance and DHL shipping problems with the website type stuff, just messy stuff that has to be done. But anyway, so there was one thing I was going to talk to you about actually, and that was this thing. Not so much this thing, but tumbling and the tumbling process and buying a new tumbling machine. But I think I'll wait until later on today. It'll be easier. I want to go home, I want to plow through a couple of hundred titanium mechanical pencil assemblies. I want to try and get those, just make some more progress on that. So I'll go home, I'll do that, and then I'll discuss what I want to discuss with you. Now, how to make a business decision. It's something I'm still learning, but what I thought I'd do is share with you a specific decision I am making right now and how I go about it. I'm not doing it in a sort of presumptuous, I know how to make decisions way. As you will see, I'm just like anyone else, and this is my process. I don't know if it's right. It's the best I've come up with so far in my few years in business, and I thought I would share it with you. I thought you might find it interesting. So, as you know, I make titanium stuff, and part of what I do is giving it a good finish with my sort of tumbling machine. I have a centrifugal tumbler. If you look a few videos back on my YouTube channel from this video, you will see there should be at least one or two videos showing that machine and how it works. Basically, it works like that. There are four barrels within a larger sort of wheel, and it spins around very, very fast, and that's called a centrifugal tumbler. Now, the problem is this. I am reaching a bottleneck with this tumbler. So, long story short, I've done a bit of research, done a lot of research, and I've decided that my best option is to go for a vibratory tumbler, like a bowl tumbler. It's shaped like a big bowl, and the media sort of moves around in there. It's not as fast as a centrifugal tumbler, but there's pros and cons. I won't get into them here. I will do another video on them. But suffice to say, a bowl tumbler right now is the way to go. However, for where I'm at right now, I have two options. I can go for a 125 litre vibratory tumbler or a 220 litre vibratory tumbler. And here's the thing. The 220 litre vibratory tumbler has a 6-month wait. But the 125 litre tumbler is ready right now. So taking that into account, but also taking this into account, the 125 litre is a little bit small, but only for some stuff and some projects. And the 220 litre is a little big, but only for some stuff and some projects. So, do I go for the 220 litre that has a 6-month wait? Or do I go for the 125 that might not be able to handle sort of what I throw at it down the line? And truthfully, the correct decision is, are you ready? Well, truthfully, that's the wrong question. Asking what the correct decision is the wrong question. It really is. Instead, what is the best decision given all the information I have available, given all the information I have available to me right now? So, probably the 125 litre machine is the best one to go for. And the reason for that is I am going to be reaching a bottleneck right now. Like very soon I'm going to be making titanium wallets and a few other Kickstarter projects that are, you know, big runs of hundreds and hundreds of pieces. And so I've really got a bottleneck with my current centrifugal tumbler. That's with this one here. So a very real bottleneck. So I know that bottleneck would be eliminated pretty much completely with the 220 litre one. However, it's a 6-month wait, so it's going to be a really painful 6 months because I've got these at least 3 projects, maybe 4 in the next 6 months that will have this bottleneck. And so, but I could get the 125 litre one right now. The problem is that it's not huge, so maybe in a year's time that machine could be too small and therefore it just sits there redundant in the workshop. So you see how, like, so I either go for the 220, which I know will work, but I have to wait 6 months and I'm going to have real major bottlenecks during that time. Or, you know, I can go for this. I can go for the vibratory tumbler right now, the 125 litre, and reduce the bottlenecks right down with the risk of that machine not being used down the line or not being used very much because it could be too small. There's multiple variables, there's multiple things sort of to take into consideration, and there really isn't a right decision. It's kind of like, what's the least worst decision? What's the worst case scenario? And I'm still thinking it through. It seems to be that going for the 125 litre right now will get me over the main bottleneck in the next 6 months, and there's a possibility that it will be okay. I'll use it a lot even after that, you know, maybe just for excuse me, smaller runs. So that's a sort of that's my decision making process. That's like what I've come to in my head over the last few days and weeks, and yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. I'm not sure if you found it interesting. I found it interesting to draw little pictures and explain it to you. So yeah, right, I'm not going to give you any sort of grand theory on making business decisions.